Hello everyone, Scrivener here. So I know it's kind of silly to do a 2018 review when we're 3 months into the new year, but I still wanted to do one because a lot happened this year, for the channel and for me. The biggest thing is that we gained around 28,000 subscribers, which is a lot. We had 2 older videos get really big all of a sudden at the beginning of 2018, and we got a lot of new subscribers from it. We didn't make videos as consistently because we got a little burnt out, but we started making better videos. There is a definite shift in our production quality. I finally started making video essays, and I mean, they're pretty good. Like, I'm really proud of them. I've played around with a bit of a redesign. We started doing some things to help the channel in the long run. I finally started to understand how to use the lighting setup. And wow, wouldn't you know it, suddenly my videos looked a lot better. I also started playing around with Apple Motion, so that's how we got some of the cool little customized effects that you saw in The Shape of Ableism and the Burton Miss series videos. Unfortunately, we filmed 2 separate PNS Watch videos with our friends, and the footage was either corrupted or it disappeared entirely, which really sucks, but I can't say that we didn't learn anything from those experiences. We might even end up filming them again. For me personally, 2018 was a year of huge growth and change. I worked through a lot of emotional stuff that I've been holding on to from a past abusive relationship. I got to a point where I sort of realized how inadequate I felt all the time. How I didn't feel like I could really trust anyone to be my entire self around. And I eventually just sort of hit this point where I didn't want to be that way anymore, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore. The girlfriend and I started doing what we called intimacy exercises, using this 20-pack of cards from the School of Life. The School of Life is a great channel and online store that I recommend checking out. Their videos are very thoughtful. This relationship reboot thing we used has a topic and then mini essays that are meant to help start and guide conversations about vulnerability. Doing these exercises hasn't just strengthened my relationship, which it absolutely has, but it's also impacted my relationships with other people, and more than that, it's made me a lot more honest with myself. As I was doing these exercises, I found that the hours or days I would spend feeling anxious and unsure of myself dramatically decreased. Not that I never feel anxious anymore or never feel insecure, but I kind of just got in the habit of not feeling like I had to constantly punish myself for not being perfect at every single moment. And that sounds very magical, but it was months of practicing and learning how to be more honest with others and me on a daily basis. It was unpacking why I had become so reliant on deflecting emotional conversations with jokes, which I've already done a couple times in this video. And I'm glad I had my girlfriend, who was supportive, who I knew I could trust, but it was still really hard. And I don't know how you might do these exercises if you don't have a person like that to do them with, but I don't think it has to be a romantic partner. Paige and I are actually going to do these this year. Some of them had to be adjusted, but ultimately these are meant to facilitate better communication and emotional honesty in a relationship, whether romantic or not. It was a really big thing for me to do this year. It was heavy and scary, and I felt very, very fragile. But I was kind of expecting that after reading Jennifer Lewis's book, The Mother of Black Hollywood, because in that book she talks a lot about how therapy and doing that emotional labor is really hard, and it takes time, but it's worth it. And I can honestly say that I feel the most stable and content that I've ever felt since becoming an adult. One of the things that I got a lot better at was not taking it so personally when someone I knew didn't respond to a private message. I have a much healthier sense of self and a much more realistic sense that everybody's got their own thing going on, and that sometimes I take a while to respond to messages, and that it's okay. It's not a reflection on me, and it doesn't mean they hate me all of a sudden. And if they do, that's unreasonable of them. I've gotten a lot better about asking my friends for reassurance when I need it, even if I know logically that the thing I'm freaking out about doesn't require it, even if that reassurance is really small. Things don't really get bottled up anymore, because when I want to say something, now I usually just say it. And I realize that not everything has to destroy me. Not everything is catastrophic. I don't think I'm perfect. There are things I still need to work on, but I no longer feel like the only way I can survive is lying to myself or hating myself. I also recognize that a lot of the emotional issues and baggage that I had was clustered around this one thing. I had a MacGuffin. And I know that this isn't going to be the case for everyone. I might have some garden variety anxiety, or I could have something else entirely, or maybe I don't have anything. What worked for me might not work for you. I'm just saying that it did work for me, and it might for you too. And if by chance you need permission or encouragement from someone to start being more honest and kinder to yourself, then that's me. Then I'm telling you, it's okay to think about that, and it's scary, but it's okay to want to be more honest and to be happier. And I believe in you. What else? I went to VidCon. Paige did not go with me, unfortunately, and I missed her a lot. I hung out with and met people I admire, and there are even people who are doing truly amazing things on YouTube who I would confidently consider friends. I've gotten a lot better about talking to people I don't know, even people I find very impressive, because I'm proud of the videos we make, and I just realized even more so than when we went in 2017 that these people are people, just like me. Just like us. And more than that, that we are peers. And I've started really to not think of myself as an unworthy imposter, but as a worthy colleague. And again, like with the intimacy exercises, it comes down to practice, because I used to be a lot more anxious about talking to people on the phone or in person, especially people that I thought I didn't really have any business talking to because they were just so cool and successful and I wasn't. But I feel like I'm starting to become the person that could accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in my life. It's not a huge thing, but I started to really find the style that I feel most comfortable in, that feels like me. I started wearing earrings, and it turns out I really like earrings. I strengthened a lot of friendships in 2018. I made a lot of new friends. I got a lot more confident. I read some great things, and I made some great things. So what about this year? What are the goals? It's 2019. This October, Paige and I will have been making videos for 5 years. And look at what we've built. We've gotten so much better at this thing, and it feels like we're just getting started. It's such a cliche, but it feels true. So this is a goal, and it's a big thing, and it might not happen, but who knows? Let's just put it out there. I want to get to 50,000 subscribers this year. 5 years, 50,000. That makes sense. And that means making more videos. We get more subscribers when we make videos, so that's what we'll do. I already have a list of video essays I want to get done, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to get started on once I'm done with this video, but I'll figure it out. Personally, I'd like to aim for making at least 2 videos a month. I feel like that is a reasonable, forgiving goal, especially because this is something Paige and I do for fun. It's not our primary jobs. I'd also like to collaborate with other people and other channels. In 2018, Paige and I did our first podcast appearance, and I want to do that again this year. We've actually already got one scheduled to record relatively soon. It's for a show called Setting the Record Queer, and I'm very excited for that. By the way, if there's a podcast or channel you want us on, let us and them know. Politely, of course. If we make something that you think your friends would like, share it with them. Another big thing I want is the Princess and the Scrivener to be invited to VidCon 2019. I want Paige and I to be featured creators. Paige won't be able to go if at least part of the trip isn't paid for, because otherwise she's doing D23, she's busy. I don't know if I'll go if we don't get invited. I'm just not sure yet, but I hope I don't have to make that choice, especially because I got to meet some of you this past summer at VidCon, and it was awesome. I would love for Paige to be with me for that. I've filled out the applications and everything for us to be considered, but VidCon asks stuff on Twitter about who you want to see at VidCon all the time, so if you're on Twitter, let them know you want us there. We're planning a redesign with a small business, and I'm very excited for that. One of the reasons we haven't done a PNS watch in a while is because of the corrupted and lost footage, definitely, but it's also because we want to have a logo and intro for that series. So the sooner we can get some of that done, the better. Very excited about that. Paige is also saving up for a new laptop this year. This will mean she can edit more videos and bigger projects like PNS Watch Series videos. So money from Patreon is always helpful for that. Even if you just make a one-time donation. So yeah, those are some big things. Big things this year. Now what about me? I want to participate in NaNoWriMo this year. I've never done that before, but I want to try. I want to write something fiction. We'll see how that goes. There's a lot to look forward to this year, but I'm really proud of what we accomplished last year. What I accomplished last year. And I have a good feeling about 2019, so I hope you all stick around. Thanks for watching, and one of us will see you real soon.